Hey, beauties, 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 how you doing? Welcome to my channel. For those of you coming back, welcome back. And if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Adrian. I am a intuitive healer, holistic wellness practitioner, and at the moment, one of my services that actually does quite well is online spiritual regression hypnosis, and there's a link for it down below. Of course, I also do personal readings, and as well as tarot training. Okay, you can contact me for that. And generally, when I do a same-sex reading, I like to do more of a kind of like pick a card, option 1, 2, or 3. But for your reading this week, or this weekend rather, which is in addition to your, in addition to your weekly reading that comes out, I feel that I have to do for you actually just a straight out message. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. All right. And when I look at the cards, I can see why. Because a lot of tens, new beginnings, new starts, ends, new beginnings. Rebirth, we are the world, and going with the flow. Okay. So first and foremost with Rebirth, first of all, this is a very much a Leo card, Leo sort of energy card. And currently the sun is in the house of Leo. So the zodiac sign of Leo, they're having their birthdays at the moment. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Okay. Sorry. And also with the sun obviously being in the house of Leo, the sun is also very divine masculine energy in sort of like the universe. And also it's all about power, and it's all about shine, and it's always about, and it's a very positive side of power. And I feel that some of you might be having some difficulty maybe expressing yourselves and accepting yourself, even to yourself, because, sorry, if you learn, suddenly it just seems like my throat goes all like dry, and if you look at, I've done also weekend reading for all other zodiac signs, you'll see there was no coughing, there was no scratching, there was none of those type of things in any of my other readings. So some of you are coming through this rebirth experience, this flow, and sometimes it can be, sorry, a very overwhelming experience. I always smile because I call this my LGBT card. So, but that's for me, the reason why I call it is not just because of, LGBT itself, but it's about the acceptance of everything, focusing on, instead of the things that are making us different, rather focus on the things that make us the same and celebrating those differences, because the world is all about variety. All right. So I feel that the diversity that might have once really separated the world in a beautiful way could be bringing us all together right now. And there's a lot of, and I'm just going to be honest when I say this, because, and I'm gay myself, so I see a lot of times that we feel that we are oppressed by others, and that we have to stand up for ourselves, and we have to prove who we are, and there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself and being proud of who you are. But a lot of times I see what people may describe as, them expressing themselves and embracing themselves and those type of things. It's really inner fears and insecurities that is being covered up by, very sort of big displays sometimes. And you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. You can still express who you are, even more so, but you're doing it from a point of really full love and acceptance, and it's beautiful, there's a friend of mine that he does quite well on TikTok, and he's just really expressing himself and coming to his own, but it comes from a point of love inside, and he is just shining. All right. And so it's beautiful, because the more people of all walks of life accept themselves, the more beautiful life becomes, because we are all one from the same source of love and light, expressed in different ways. And many of you are beautifully beginning to go with the flow there, with the positive flow of love, of light, of potential. And I love seeing that. What are they saying? They say there's a beautiful new revelation coming about of gays running the world, but they, sometimes spirit can just be very jokey, and they're kind of like kidding. But it's really just, it's a very mass awakening of a lot of people really just opening their hearts to sometimes love they didn't even know that they were suppressing. Because just because we don't always experience love in its fullest capacity and we don't always express ourselves in the fullest potential of who we are, doesn't mean that we consciously go and suppress it. Sometimes we don't even know that we're doing it. All right. And many of you, it's like you may have been a little bit depressed, a little bit down, but you're coming out of that, and then the light is beginning to shine, because it was the light calling you home. But some of you were just afraid of your fullest potential, and you no longer are. Look at that. Animals, versatile. And this is also a beautiful reminder that we are all the same. We are all different expressions of source. Humans, plants, animals, air, wind, whatever. But it's all expression of source. That is really what this card is all about. And many of you are stepping into that beautiful, wonderful light and shine that you are. And that's so amazing. And I'm so glad that my nose itched, because when I really hit sort of the nail on the head, my nose itches, so I don't know why. But yeah, I'm wishing you a beautiful weekend. Be safe. Be happy. I hope you find beautiful reasons for your heart to smile. And remember, there's also a weekly reading coming out for you. And I always recommend you check this same-sex reading, but you also check the ones for your zodiac sign, because energy is interchangeable. Okay?